Hello, my name is Emily Hobbs. I'm a career navigator for the Lee Summit School District. We're here talking to representatives from the Teacher Educator Academy.
It's just an amazing opportunity. I can't stress that enough. What these students are doing as a senior in high school is not really what they get to do in a normal experience until their junior year of college. So they are jumping ahead of their peers and will already be in that situation. In their freshman practicum classes, they will have that experience that they got at STA in the classroom.
Welcome to Sum It Up. Will you all please introduce yourselves?
My name is Ashley Turner, and I am the instructor for the Teacher Educator Academy and the Grow Your Own facilitator for the district.
My name is Riley Biggie. I am a senior at Lee Summit West High School, and I am part of the Teacher Educator Academy. I am placed in a kindergarten and first grade classroom at Summit Point Elementary.
My name is Rachel Voss, and I'm a senior at Lee Summit West High School. My placement is at Pleasantly Middle School in an 8th grade FACS classroom.
I'm Emma Snyder. I go to Lee Summit North High School, and I'm placed at Underwood Elementary with first grade.
Thank you all for being here. Mrs. Turner, will you please tell us a little bit about the Teacher Educator Academy?
Yeah, so the Teacher Educator Academy is geared for seniors in high school who are interested in becoming teachers. So what I do is I work with them at STA to teach them lesson planning, techniques, theories, those types of things, and then they actually get to directly apply that in the classroom. So I only actually see my students once a week, and then Tuesdays through Thursdays or Tuesdays through Friday, they are in the room 2 hours every day, so 8 hours a week.
So what are some of the goals of your program?
The goals are really to expose them to the teaching career. I really want to get them to view the classroom from the teacher side of the desk versus the student side of the desk. I want them to be able to understand why teachers do what they do, but I also really want them to figure out if this is right for them. I also would like them to figure out what age, what subject, what really speaks to them. By the time they graduate in May, I really want them to have a good idea of what they're going into in college.
Emma, what does your time in the classroom look like?
My time in the classroom looks a lot like me working with kids. I do a lot of read alouds. I do full group teaching, so really filling the shoes of the teacher and trying, as well as working with small groups with different reading and independent work. I also help kids one-on-one with worksheets.
Rachel, how does that time look different at the middle school level?
So obviously in my classroom, I'm there for multiple hours. I have 5th and 6th hour with my mentor teacher. And so ours is a lot more like lecture-based learning, and they take a lot of notes, and then they have like independent work time afterwards where they work on their homework. And I kind of just walk around and help them figure out if there's like a question they don't understand. I just kind of help clarify it, or just kind of that kind of thing. If they're taking a test, which happens a lot in there, I'm usually grading the test from the hour before, or I'm helping my mentor teacher with some other form of work.
Riley, describe some of the things that you were learning in your experience.
Throughout my experience in the classroom, I've definitely seen the theories that we've learned on Mondays, like in class, like for example, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, just focusing on a student's like physiological needs before we get into like more of the learning aspect has been something that I've really focused on and really seen and learned throughout the classroom.
So I'm curious, what has been your favorite part of the program? Emma, would you mind starting?
Yeah, so my favorite part of the program has definitely been the experience that I get as a teacher and the amount of knowledge that you gain in the classroom. I love seeing my kids every day. Whenever I walk in, they're always Miss Emma and hugging me. So I think that's just really, it fills my teacher heart a lot.
Rachel?
So I agree with everything that Emma said, but I also really love the classroom environment at our actual STA classroom. Even though all of us have like different placements, like Emma's with really early education, and some of us have SPED classes, or me who's at secondary level, we all still have very similar views on things. And if we don't have similar views, we are able to like talk it out without it being a big disagreement. It just feels like a really good community to be in, especially just a community of teachers. And I think we all really enjoy spending time together on Mondays. And I think we all leave our class on Monday just ready to go in for the week and see our kids.
Teaching is a very collaborative profession, so it's neat that you're starting that so early. How about you, Riley?
I would definitely say I agree for sure with Emma and Rachel, but building those relationships with students and kids that are just in younger generations has to be my favorite part because they are our future. And I think that it's really important to understand where they're at and what they're doing within their life.
Mrs. Turner, will you tell us a little bit about the Grow Your Own program?
Yeah, so the Grow Your Own program is going to roll out officially next year. This year has been the building process of it. It will directly impact my current seniors that I have. So the Grow Your Own program is all about supporting those wannabe teachers that I had at STA throughout their college years. So as they were here at STA, they were paired with a mentor teacher as they were working with in their placement fields. That mentorship and collaboration and connection is going to continue through the Grow Your Own program. So my students that are interested in coming back and teaching in the LSR7 district are the ones that will be part of the Grow Your Own program. So they will be given yearly professional development that keeps them on topic with district initiatives, any current topics in education, any change in education that we need to talk about to keep them in the loop. We will keep them updated in yearly professional developments. Then we'll pair them with that mentor teacher, as I mentioned. They will get to go back into the classrooms. I think that that's key. My students are clearly, like Riley said, loving the relationship piece. That's important. So especially in those first 2 years of college when they're in the gen ed part of it, we will be able to get them back in the district and get that hands-on experience in a classroom. So that mentorship piece is going to be key, but then we will also have job opportunities for them to work throughout college. It's paid opportunities for them. Then come senior year, once they've done all that, they will be guaranteed student teaching placement with our district. They will be guaranteed a entry level interview. And then if there is a position for them and if they get hired, they are receiving financial reimbursement over 4 years, and it totals up to $10,000 per kid.
That's really neat. And I heard that you had some very, very exciting news about the program recently. Would you mind sharing that?
Absolutely. This month has been huge for the Grow Your Own program. We presented, Dr. Bonison and Dr. Potts and I presented to the board at the beginning of March. And when we presented it, I presented it in a way that we had 22 students that are currently interested. We are going to do a selection process with 14 being selected in total. We did that from a budget standpoint type thing. And after the presentation, they came back and said, you know what, for this first year, why don't we do all 22 that are interested? The district and the board was in favor of that, and we can support those first 22 students. So it may change, and it may not be 22 students every year as we grow this, but this group in our initial year will be able to get that support, all of them that are interested, which was huge.
That is so exciting, and you have got to be so proud. So Riley, tell me about the moment that Mrs. Turner shared that great news with the class.
That moment, I think I will remember that moment forever in my life because everybody was just so happy. I mean, some people were even crying. Like, there was happy tears. Like, I got chills. Like, I was so excited and just so blessed to have the opportunity to come back and teach for LSR7 in the future. So it was a very exciting moment.
And Rachel, what is this opportunity going to mean for you in your future?
I've always known that I kind of wanted to come back to this district and teach here. I grew up in this district my whole life. And I think the opportunity to have a mentor all through college and come back and help with this STA class every single year while I'm in college and see Miss Turner every winter will be great. Obviously, the financial piece of it is really helpful. And I just feel like being a part of this program will really help me make connections in the district and hopefully get my foot in the door when I'm trying to get a job in the district. And a lot of teaching is, making connections with people, and it's just like who you know more than what you know. So I think that this program will just be really, really helpful for that.
So Mrs. Turner, is there anything else you'd like the audience to know about the Teacher Educator Academy or Grow Your Own?
It's just an amazing opportunity. I can't stress that enough. What these students are doing as a senior in high school is not really what they get to do in a normal experience until their junior year of college. So they are jumping ahead of their peers and will already be in that situation in their freshman practicum classes. They will have that experience that they got at STA in the classroom setting to apply that knowledge to. And they really will be standout students. So it really does kickstart careers. It is not an easy time in education right now. We are going through a teacher shortage. We're seeing enrollment decline even in college for those education majors. So this is, I think, a wonderful opportunity to fix that, to identify those students, to make sure that they know, this, I want to help people, but I can do this in a teaching way. It reaffirms their passions. And I think that through this program at STA, through the Grow Your Own, I do think we can see the increase of those return statistics. I think that support that these students are given in college will help them continue to think of LSR7 and continue to see that as an option. And like Rachel said, that community that they build their senior year can stay together through a cohort in college. And as she said, it's about who you know. It really is about that relationship piece. They are going to go through with their future coworkers. And that is huge in a teacher world of we need to support one another and learn from one another. And all of that is in that program.
Well, I thank you so much for all the hard work you've been doing in this program and the passion and energy that you and your students bring to this program. Thank you so much. That's it for this episode of Sum It Up.
You've been listening to LSR7 Sum It Up. Find more episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.